and welcome to another show for Perth Internet TV. I'm Gemma Stewart.
My name is Stuart Webster, and here we are, the beautiful outdoors. We've got a few consistent, decent days.
We do.
We have to take advantage of them, so here we are down at the old bridge. Did you know the last flood here was in 1993, and it went up to roughly the same height as Gemma is right now?
Yes, so I'd be underwater right now.
Interesting facts here.
Oh, you'd be okay because you've got your sunglasses, so you'd be surviving with your goggles on there. I'd be right under.
Amphibious. What? Anyway, there's things coming up in the show as usual. We've been out and about finding out what's going on, and we made a pit stop at the Scottish Air Ambulance, didn't we?
We went along to interview Scotland's charity air ambulance, and it was the first lady to be rescued by the air ambulance service.
Maureen Young caught up with her.
Tricia, I know everybody's delighted that you've made the trip to Scotland's Charity Air Ambulance at Perth today. What's it like to be reunited with the two paramedics that airlifted you to safety that day?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's really good. It's been good to get a chance to say thank you for everything that was done by the two guys. They really are something special, even though I'm embarrassing them by saying that. But they are.
Were you very aware of them on the day of the accident?
Oh yes, yes I was. They helped to calm me down and keep everything going, and told me what to do, what to expect when being put into the helicopter. So no, yes, I was very aware of them, and I can't say thank you enough.
Now, when you set out on your road journey that day, did you ever for a minute imagine that it would end up with you being transported by SCA?
No, not for 1 minute. As I don't think MD would expect something like that to happen, but it goes to show that there's a chance for that to happen to anybody. I certainly didn't think it would happen to me. So this service is something really special for people out in the rural communities. It is very, very much needed, and I'm sure it must save a lot of lives.
Now, your injuries weren't life-threatening, although they were fairly terrible, but what did you face if the air ambulance hadn't come to you that day?
I faced a 2-hour journey down to a hospital with my arm lacerated, a very deep cut on it, and it was bleeding very heavily, in shock obviously. And it was a very bumpy ride down there. The roads aren't great, so no. And as I said, if it was a life-threatening thing, a 2-hour journey can make such a big difference, if you go 12 minutes in a plane.
How do you thank people who've done that for you?
You can't thank them enough. There's nothing that I can say enough to thank these guys and the service, because it made things so much easier for me. And the two of them were just so caring. They were fantastic. I can't say enough.
These are nice things that are being said, John. Is it good to see Tricia well on the road to recovery?
Fantastic to see Tricia coming out to see us today and taking the time to come and see us as well. And just to reiterate, that we need the donations to keep coming in so that we can, provide this transport in Scotland and that. So yes, it's been really good. I'm so pleased that on the road to recovery.
And Wayne, what do you remember about the mission number 1? I mean, you guys were sitting expectantly waiting on mission number 1 happening.
Yeah, obviously there's a bit of anxiety there, thinking what's going to come in. Just kind of working through our systems in my head on the way there. But it was a good first job for us to get settled in and to find out how we're going to do things on the aircraft. So enjoyed it. But quite nervous.
Well, that was our great interview from Maureen Young with Scotland's Charity Air Ambulance and the first lady to be rescued. It was fab, wasn't it?
It was nice of Maureen to catch up with that lady for us, and what service that provides, of course.
I know, fantastic.
Right here in the fair city. Well, still to come, we're going to have a look back at last year's Rewind as we look forward tantalisingly to the brand new one, the new one that's coming up at the end of July, the new Rewind Festival at Scone Palace. Plus, we now have a football segment for you. We've been out and about at McDermott Park, where Jack Swan was in charge of a youth football tournament.
Hi, my name is Jack Swan. I'm a youth worker here in Perth. I work for Trinity Church of the Nazarene. So today we did a Perth-wide football tournament, so it was really just to get the community together and do a lot of work with people in Perth, so the youth in Perth. What I was just trying to do is just get them all together and just then have a big barbecue and stuff after it. Went really well. There was no bad injury except me, I think. But I do a football club on Friday nights up in Letham at the Letham Centre from 5:30 to 7. So if you're a high schooler, just feel free to come and join us.
Hi, my name is Angus Wheeler. I'm the coach of the Corsford Gallery youth football team, under 16s, and they're playing here at the 7-side tournament today. Yeah, they're down there. It's been a good, enjoyable day, and they've played well so far. They've not lost yet, they've won all their games, so I'm happy with the performance. There's a team there.
Well, that was a fantastic performance from me in goals, I thought. We lost 3 goals, but it could have been 10 if it was a lesser keeper. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks to local youth worker Jack Swan there. What a brilliant concept and idea, putting on a tournament for the kids at McDermott Park. If you've ever got an event going on, if you're a youth worker, any charity event happening in Perthshire, we would love to hear from you. Make sure you get in touch with us. We'll send the cameras to you. You might be on the next Perth Internet TV show.
Exactly.
Check out the website, get us on Facebook as well.
Yeah. And this week also we've got a chance to catch up with Sue Grierson, who had an art exhibition at the Concert Hall, so I hope you enjoy. Hi, I'm at Perth Concert Hall and I'm joined by Sue Grierson. Sue is exhibiting at Perth Concert Hall called Intersections. Sue, what inspired you to do this collection?
Well, it was a discussion with Ileana Nedkova, who is the curator of the contemporary art here. And she suggested that I could perhaps do a survey exhibition looking at different works, from my practice over a number of years. So it's an opportunity to showcase just different projects that I've done. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily the whole project. In some cases, it might just be a single image from that project. But we've managed to get a Creative Scotland Award to help produce a book as well. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a book that will cover my work over, the last 17 years, really.
That's pretty amazing stuff. Really
yeah.
Do you have a favourite piece from this collection?
I don't know. I suppose you're always inclined to say it's the last piece you've done. And at the end, outside here, at the end of the balcony, there's a little bronze tree, which was made for a project earlier on, but I've connected it with Soundworks. Mm-hmm. So we were having a bit of an issue on how we would make the sound function there, and I was visiting a friend who was explained to me how she had QR codes. Oh, yeah. And I didn't really know much about them, and I thought, there's my answer. So I just literally went home and made some QR codes, and I've put little pieces of video and sound online, so people can use their QR readers in their phones, and that will they just point it at the little logo, and they'll see the video on their phones.
Oh, so
I said, oh yes, it was a great solution that just came quite quickly, and so yeah, that's sort of, I'm quite pleased with that one.
I'll have to definitely download the app and
yeah,
go around and
well,
do
that's
that.
right, yes.
And how do you know when a piece of work is finished, is completed?
Well, some of mine never do, really. I have one called Marking Time, in which I started years ago photographing painted marks on trees. Mm-hmm. And I just started doing it because they were interesting and I'd noticed them. And I've got about 450 by now. And actually I started to realise that the signs represented our actions towards the trees. Mm-hmm. So we want to chop them down, we put mark on them. If they've got a disease and you want to inject them, it might be a different kind of mark. Mm-hmm. In other countries, they often put marks on trees to mark the walkways or the ski paths through forests. So there's all these reasons why people make these marks, and they all represent our interaction with the natural world. And so it isn't finished. Every time I see a mark, I get out my camera and I keep going. So some works just are ongoing. They don't really end. And others, they might finish for a time, but the ideas that were there might get turned around into another project, into something different.
That's very clever.
But sometimes, it just seems it's right, that's it, it's finished.
And it's ready to go.
It's ready to go,
And then what inspired you to become an artist?
Well, I studied later in life. I was 47 before I went to art school. So my commitments at home, were less, and my children were both at university. And I just felt now it's the time for me to do what I want to do. So, I started quite late as an artist. And initially I thought I would work with textiles because I've done that in the past. But once I got into art school, it sort of all changed. And I did 4 years in Dundee, and then I did a 2-year master's degree in Glasgow. And it was just towards the end of that I started working with video and more photography, and so it sort of changed at that point.
So developed from there.
Yes. So.
Is there something in your toolbox, your artistic toolbox, that you can't live without?
Well, I hate to say this, but these days it has to be the computer.
Modern technology.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been able to exhibit, in many countries around the world. You need email, it's all done online, everything. And because I work with the images and video, it's on computer. Yeah. So I spend too much time on my computer, but I do like it, and I couldn't be without it, I think.
So where can people find out more information about this exhibition and other projects that you've got going on?
Well, my own personal website is easy. It's www.suegrierson, all one word, .com. So people can go there and find my past work. There's it documents what I've done in the past. This exhibition, there's a Facebook events page called Intersections, and I have a Facebook page as well. And I think on the Horse Cross website there will be some information as well. But the exhibition runs until the end of November. We have an opening this Sunday, the 30th, at 11:30 in the morning, that people can come along to. It's open, I think, every day except Sunday. And some nights when there's a performance, then people can get access to it at night as well.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sue. Thanks for taking time to speak with us.
My
so
pleasure.
hope you get a chance to come down and check out this fabulous exhibition.
If you're really serious about losing weight, lose weight the Curves way with Curves Complete. I'd like to talk through the most effective weight loss plan that allows you to achieve permanent results without permanent dieting. Curves Smart is the most advanced fitness technology in the world. It gives you moment-to-moment progress reports. At the end of your workout, it shows you how many calories you've burned, and most of our members are burning up to 500 calories in just 30 minutes. Healthy food choices, 30-minute workout, and motivational coaching all at the same time.
Now, coming up next, we have a bit of a Hollywood exclusive for you, and I mean it. Kind of. A few years back, as a project on my radio show on Tay FM and Wake Up with Webster, we decided we wanted to make a film, but we didn't want to spend any money making it. So we did. We got listeners involved, we got scripts sent in, we got people willing to be in the cast. We've contacted businesses and locations all around Tayside and Fife, and we secured all of them for free as well. We got university students to do special effects and everything for us. And then we got a premiere at the Odeon Cinema in Dundee as well. It's called Terror Neath the Tay. It's a film about a mutant giant octopus that rises from the Tay to destroy Dundee, only to be saved by McGonagall, a hard-talking, loose-lipped
Maverick DJ,
who doesn't play by the rules but always gets results, and Jimmy Sipowicz,
who always tells McGonagall off for wearing shades and does everything by the book. We work as partners in crime, saving crime, stopping crime, and doing it all within Tayside. So an emotional journey.
And doing it always with shades on. So I play the character McGonagall. My friend here, Andrew Malcolm Robbie,
Hello.
plays Jimmy Sipowicz in the movie. So you've got an exclusive here on Perth Internet TV. Over the next 4 episodes, we are going to show you segments of the film. Would you like to reveal any secrets? Would you like to tantalise or tease any more?
Yeah, it's got something to do with this river behind us here, and you know, some different, you know, tricks and difficult situations to get over, but ultimately, you know, we work together.
There's love, there's romance, there's action, there's guns, there's monsters,
Tanks, guns.
there's sick, there's boats, everything you need from a movie. Check this out.
Tommy, the current's a wee bit rough here. Maybe go further up. This is the spot here, Tommy. You know, in 40 years I've never gone away empty-handed from fishing from here.
Well, Grandad, that's amazing. What do you think we'll catch today?
Don't know. Cod, herring, flatfish. I'll catch for you, Tommy.
Do you think we'll catch a shark, Grandad?
Maybe, pal, maybe.
Grandad, can I go home now? This is boring.
Patience, lad. Fishing's not all wham-bam, Wi-Fi, grand tourism, is it?
Grandad, can we please go home?
Look, boy, I'm not taking you home from your first ever fishing trip without catching a bloody fish, okay?
But the match starts at 3 and Dad promised he'd take me this time.
Not good for nothing. Got more chance of raising the Titanic than him showing up on time.
Tommy! Peter!
Dad!
Hey Tommy, pal. Granny told me you'd be down here. You got any fish yet?
No, Dad, not even a bite.
Aye, but we will. You know, in 40 years of fishing... Well, I'm sorry, but I said I would take the boy to the match today. Do you fancy a lift back? No thanks, I'll stay here and fish, like I always do. Even catch one for a wee Tommy. Are you sure now? It's getting a bit chilly. I've managed most of my life, I'm sure I'll manage one more day. Okay then.
Thanks,
see ya.
Grandad, bye.
Aye. Take as long as you like, you wee buggers. Old Pete's going nowhere. Ha! I was going to go, but I've got you now. Oh, big fish are we? Scared of all the other ones, have we? Well, no many fish get away from me once I've got my hook into them.
You're listening to Midday with McGonagall. That's all I've got for you today. And remember, if you don't like it, don't listen.
McGonagall!
Are you a god, McGonagall?
Not yet, boss.
Do we sleep together, McGonagall?
Not yet, boss.
Well, that's a problem. You see, besides me and my wife, only God gets to sit down in this office!
Yeah, but what are you going to do, eh?
I've had enough of your renegade ways, McGonagall. Radio Tay needs sponsors and investors. And after your last on-air faux pas...
That thing with the hookers and the penguin?
Don't play dumb, McGonagall. You know what incident I'm referring to. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm moving you to late-night local news. Starting with a missing person down at the Tay.
Is that all?
Not quite. Say hello to your new partner.
Hi McGonagall, Jimmy Sipowicz, pleased to meet you. You know, I studied all your broadcasts at the DJ Academy. Great stuff, McGonagall, it really was. But you know where I felt you could have done a bit better with your delivery and presentation? I think you could have got... Whoa, tough and taciturn, eh? Great stuff, McGonagall, I can't wait to work with you.
Action. Great, okay, yeah, thanks. So that was Steven Spielberg, the new Mexican Steven Spielberg.
The Mexican Steven Spielberg? He's interested in...
Yeah. In that film that you just showed, you're up for an Oscar and everything.
And you've only seen part 1. What a tense way to finish. See part 2 of Terror Neath the Tay next time. I think we need to wave now, don't we?
I think we do.
Bye.
Bye.